Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Unturned Germany Hard Mode. I'm your host, the Gamer Gothica, and before we begin this episode, I want to remind you all to please leave a like and comment down below. It really helps me out, and it also helps show your appreciation for the time and effort it takes to make these videos. Specifically, this one, because as you can see from the chests I'm going through, it was a long and extensive process to get all this stuff gathered up for this building episode. In all, it took me about 6 hours, so please, I'm begging you, leave a like. Now, here's how this is going to go. As you can see, I've got tons of chests and lockers filled with building materials, so I'm just going to pick up an assortment of them and start building, and as I do that, I'm going to talk to you, okay? As you can see, I upgraded my backpack once more, and I'm close to being able to upgrade it to the 3rd tier, so I'll do that one on camera. The only reason I did this one off camera is because I really needed the extra storage space for all the logs and stuff. Let's see. So I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about what my plans are for the base. I want, first of all, where this comes in right here, I want there to be a ramp starting right here that goes up to a garage that's going to be out there where I'll have room for at least 5 vehicles. And other than that, I want this to be a very big base. Like I said in, I believe, the last episode, kind of like the OPB's base from Season 1 of Gang Z. I want it to be big, extensive, almost maze-like. I want it to get to a place where you could actually become lost in here if you didn't know exactly which way you were going. I almost want to go for a base that could win a record as the biggest base in Unturned. And hopefully I'll get my wish. And I'm just realizing now that I may not have made... No, never mind, I got a few more. I may not have made enough roofs, but it looks like actually that I'm quite wrong. It looks like I may have even made too many. Let's hope, because I really don't want to have to cut down more trees. But anyway, I'm going to get on to some of the kind of topics that I thought about before I started this episode that I want to, not sure if address is the right word, but at least discuss a little bit. Now the first one is the sub for sub thing on YouTube. For beginning content creators, you know, it's quite tempting. Oh, you don't have many subs? Well, that's fine. Just join up with other small content creators and trade subs. Now, on the surface, that sounds like it could be quite a good thing. However, the more you think about it, the more it really isn't. From what I understand, YouTube's algorithms detect not only the number of subs you have when it comes to your videos, but also, I guess you could say, the engagement ratio. How many of your subs are actually watching and interacting with your videos? And obviously, if you're doing sub for sub, that number is just really not many, because they just sub for you so that you all have your numbers up. It doesn't actually improve your viewer rating all that much, and I believe YouTube has even started a thing where it can detect, you know, sub for sub-esque activity, and instead of promoting those channels, it will effectively, not sure if blacklist is the right word, but maybe gray list. It won't promote them, and it really just will not help them out at all, because obviously it sees it as kind of cheating. Now you're not genuinely getting these subscribers because people are watching your videos and they like your videos. You're getting them from other people who want to have big numbers on their channel. So it's less of a building the channel thing and more almost of an ego thing at that point. You know, it's not that you are doing it because you want bigger views, though that might be the case. Okay, let me back up a step here. I don't think I'm completely making sense. It will not increase your watch base very much, if at all, because A, none of the other small YouTubers you do sub for sub with are really going to pay attention to your videos, which means that the kind of engagement rating, I believe is what they call it, on your videos is going to plummet because you've got all these subs, but none of them are watching your video, and I don't believe that will reflect well on you as a content creator on YouTube. And also, you know, it's just something for your ego. Look at me, I've got all these subs. Well, none of them actually interact with my content, but still, you know, if I have 100 subs, I want them to be 100 subs that I got because they watched one of my videos and they genuinely liked one of my videos. Not because, again, they're another small YouTuber who just wants big numbers on their channel. I would much rather, like what I'm actually doing on my channel, make as high quality content as I possibly can and just keep at it and be persistent and grow slowly over time the honest way. So I don't really think I can say much more about the sub for sub culture on YouTube before I start repeating myself even more than I already have and before it starts getting tedious. So let's kind of move on to another topic that I've been wanting to talk about, and that's Christian heavy metal bands. I'm not sure if any of you know of many, but I'm just going to list a couple of them that I know and love off the top of my head. One of which retired last year for today. They were an absolutely amazing group out of, I believe, Kansas. I might be wrong, but I'm fairly certain I'm not. I saw them twice in concert, and their shows were incredible. I remember after the first one, it was my first ever live metal concert. My neck was stiff from all the headbanging for about a week. Well, no, that's exaggerating, but at least 3 days afterwards. I know that the day after, like moving my head side to side just an inch was very unpleasant. But I'm starting to get off track again. The second band is Impending Doom. If any of you have ever heard of, I'm trying to think of a good, really heavy band like Five Finger Death Punch, Slipknot, those really heavy bands that just are they absolutely go at it. They're Impending Doom, that is, fits right in with them. They are a very, very heavy group. Like, their music will blow you away, especially if you have it on loud. And I've heard from their Instagram, or rather one of their social medias, I'm not sure if it was Instagram or not, that they're putting out a new album and may even be touring in support of that album, which has got me excited because I really want to see them live. And, let's see, this one you guys might have heard of because they are pretty popular even out of the Christian genre, is August Burns Red, another great band. They do less heavy stuff. It's almost like a combination of metal and indie rock. I think that's like the best way I could describe it. It's still not quite doing justice to it, but that's kind of like the best comparison I can give you. And let's see. I know there was one other band that I meant to mention, but it's slipped my mind at the moment, so please forgive me as my mind tries to come up with that answer. Oh yeah, In the Midst of Lions. They retired many years ago. Like, they retired before I even started listening to their music, which is kind of sad. But they do make really good stuff. It's not quite as heavy as, say, Impending Doom. Actually, I retract that statement. It is just as heavy as Impending Doom, only maybe in a slightly different genre. Impending Doom is more very deep, whereas In the Midst of Lions tended to be much slightly higher pitched, if you will. More screams instead of growls, if you kind of get what I'm trying to say. Let's see. And their music was also very good. Solid messages, very clear, very distinct. I absolutely loved their music, and I still have one of their CDs. Let's see. Here we go. So I'm gonna, now that I've kind of talked about Christian metal for a little while, I'm gonna kind of explain in a little clearer detail some of the details about what I'm trying to do here. On the roof here, we're going to have 2 plots and a bunch of rain barrels and stuff to supply me with food and water. Out the back here, we're going to have a garage. Then we're going to have a part of the base, I think, going out in there somewhere underwater. And if you'll notice in some of the crates, I had metal floors and metal stuff. I still haven't gathered everything up I need for it, so that'll probably take place in a later episode, but that's the stuff for my weapons room. you know, my weapons vault, if you will. Now, we're not on a server, so there's not actually any people here, so there's no real need to do it, but this is more just for decoration and because I can. I think it would be fun to do. So that's why I'm doing it. No other reason other than that. Let's see. Let's get some windows. All of these are for like the kitchen and medical area. Yeah, we're going to need these. I don't have any glass in the windows and I only have a few shutters, but I do have plenty of bars, which is what we're going to be using in most of them. I kind of want this to take on, except for the metal room, almost like an 1800s military blockhouse, I guess you would say. You know, if you kind of look back into the French and Indian War period and stuff, the fortresses they had, those tall stone and log, well, obviously this doesn't have stone in it, but those kind of tall, you can't quite call them towers. I wouldn't say they're tall enough to be towers, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think blockhouse really is just the best word I could use for it. Excuse me, I had to cough there. And I'm planning to kind of make the storage room and stuff and place down a lot of the furniture type stuff in another episode. And also, not to have it directly following this one. I want it to kind of come to, or rather, I'm sorry, I'm not quite expressing myself correctly. I want there to be an episode in between this episode and the one where I do the furniture and stuff, just to kind of break things up so it doesn't get dull. But I've been feeling lately as if I'm starting to get sick, you know, my sinuses are starting to act up a little bit, I'm getting stuffy, my throat's a tad bit sore. So I'm going to be recording both of these in one session while I'm still feeling good, or at least okay. And this video, building the thing, will come out on Monday. So, hello Monday, how you doing? And the next episode will come out on Wednesday. So if on Wednesday we're raiding some military location or some such, then I'm feeling fine. However, if we're back here, placing down furniture and doing stuff like that, well, you'll know the reason, because I'm sick, having a summer cold. Of course, when else would I catch a cold? Not in the winter, in the summer. It is said that only idiots catch summer colds, and if that's true, I guess I fit right in. So, let's finish placing these in, and I might not have made enough bars, actually, for all these windows, so that's definitely going to be something that I'll have to take care of off camera. Sorry, something just fell down in the kitchen. Sorry for the background noise and stuff. I'm trying to do my best to make sure these videos have the best audio possible, but sometimes I just fall a little bit short, and sometimes things happen that aren't quite in my control. Also, when it comes to lighting for the place, I'm also definitely short. You know, I don't have a generator for these, and I'm not going to actually put a generator in here, at least not a portable one. I'm going to wait until I can get a industrial generator because A, the fuel lasts much longer, and B, its radius can power the whole thing, so I can have one big generator down out of the way somewhere instead of 3 or 4 smaller ones that run out of gas quicker and need much more maintenance spread out all over the place. Okay. Oop. Not sure why I put... Oh yeah, that's right. I was about to say, I know I have, I think, two more of these stairs on me. I was about to say, why did I put this in? This is for the roof. I didn't think I was at the roof yet, but of course I am, because this is only going to be kind of one part of the compound. So, let's head downstairs to the chests and get out some floors and start kind of laying out the groundwork for the other buildings. Man, for all the work I put into getting all these building supplies, they sure are going quickly. Excuse me, I have to mute my mic again. I'm about to sneeze. Better now, and I've had a quick sip of a, well, kind of a concoction I made for my throat. It's a combination of honey, lemon juice, and ginger, and the only thing it's meant to do is kind of coat my throat and help keep it from getting too rough from overuse, and again, the fact that I'm pretty sure I have a cold coming on. At least my throat and my sinuses are indicating that. Enough of that anyway. I'm starting to ramble on that topic, so let's just dismiss it. Now, I'm going to kind of go with an off-kilter topic. I am, by nature, or rather by choice, in the goth and alternative, not sure if you can call it a subculture, but at least culture. So a lot of my topics, or at least some of them, will definitely reflect that. This one is not, I don't really think I can call it a rant, but more my voicing my dislike of a certain product that I bought. And that product came from Old Navy. Hot Topic, a couple years ago, had stopped carrying 34 by 34 skinny jeans, which I needed because I'm 6 foot, 4 inches tall. When last I checked, I might be taller now. But they only carried a 32 length, and that just wouldn't do. Like, it looked ridiculous on me. It was up to my ankles. So, you know, I looked all over, including the internet, and I did find some other people who carried, you know, 34. Oh my, what's happened here? Okay, everyone, welcome back. I'm not quite sure how the transition between the previous clip and this clip is going to go, but basically what happened is my game froze up for about 10 seconds, and then it stopped recording the screen and only kept my microphone on, so I had to cut there and restart it. So I'm going to do my best in post to kind of splice it together and make it continuous, but I'm not sure how well I'll be able to do that. Only time will tell. So let's just hop right back on with what we're saying again. I'm not quite sure when the cut... Ooh, excuse me. I'm trying to fight a hiccup. I'm not sure when the cut... Ooh. Again, sorry, hiccup. Is going to happen, so I'm just going to give kind of like a brief explanation of what I was talking about. And I was kind of giving my thoughts on Old Navy skinny jeans, and the fact that I just really was not all that impressed with them. Because, again, as I mentioned before, I'm very tall, and Hot Topic had stopped carrying 34 by 34 skinny jeans, at the very least temporarily, so I needed to go and, you know, find another place that carried them. And after looking through the internet and finding places that, a couple of places online that did carry them, but carried them at ridiculous prices, like I think $100 or $70. At the very least, the prices were really high. But then we went by Old Navy, and I think their skinny jeans, that is, were about 25 bucks, 20 bucks, a very reasonable price. So of course I was at that time just happy to have some skinny jeans again that fit right. It didn't expose, you know, a couple inches of my ankles. So we bought, I believe, 3 pairs of them. But sadly, over time, they did not hold up that well. Hot Topics I'd had for, I don't know, 2 years, and I'd never had a problem with them. Old Navy's, on the other hand, after their first wash or two, it became obvious that the dye rinsed out really easily. Like, it wasn't even funny. And also, it also almost looked like they had just kind of rushed them into production once skinny jeans started, I don't know, becoming somewhat popular, I guess is how you could say it. Because, again, as compared to Hot Topics, it looked like they had just taken their ordinary denim, thrown a little bit of stretchy material in it. I believe it was spandex, but I'm, again, not perfectly certain. And decided, okay, we've got skinny jeans. Well, they weren't comfortable to wear. They were tight, bad tight, not like you would expect or want with skinny jeans. They just were not comfortable at all to wear. Whew. And again, after a year or two, the inseams on the insides of the legs started very slowly to pull apart a little bit almost and become frayed. So, just on the whole, I was not happy with that experience at all. It seemed like it was a half-done, not quite thought-through product that just was not quality. So, if you have to take anything out of what I'm saying, if you have a choice between paying $32 for Hot Topic skinny jeans or $20 for Old Navies, pay $32 for Hot Topics. You'll regret buying Old Navies. Of course, part of that might just be the fact that I'm a little OCD, and so kind of the color fading out of my jeans and them not being a uniform color bugged me a little bit. But, hey, what are you going to do? Okay. This level's completed. This level needs a little bit of work. Let's see, is over here done? Yes, it is. I believe this level needs a fair bit of work. Yes, it does. Let's put another one here. There's a window there, so let's try a wall. Oof. Sorry for the sniffling again. I'm not at 100%. And let me also say that I bled a little bit for this episode. In between the episodes as I was working, I died, I believe, 5 times. 2 or 3 times to zombies in the quarry when I was down there mining metal. 1 time in the coalition zone because I was scouting around there to see if anything decent had spawned in the tents. And also when I had first logged on after completing last episode, I walked into the barbed wire of my Ural and bam, dead. And I forget how else I died, but I know there was at least 1 other death in there somewhere. So yeah, again, you know, shameless like baiting. Please leave a like. It helps me out so much. Okay, let's kind of walk through this and see what parts we're missing. We're missing, obviously, stuff for the windows. Even all the bars I crafted weren't quite enough. Let's see. Let's make sure I don't have any in here. Ladders. Stuff for the metal gun vault. No. Man, for all the time it took to gather all the materials up, they are going real quick. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was something I wanted to do. This is a post, right? Yep, it's a post. I'm going to put kind of like a balcony on top of the roof. Kind of for looks. Well, not kind of. Purely for looks and aesthetics. I can be a little bit picky with stuff like that. Yeah, no bars for the windows. Let's see. But let's do a little bit of placing some stuff up top. There's the 2 plots. Let's see. No. No. Got a lot of triangular roofs, which is good. Wait, is that a crate? Oh man, it is. Okay. Post. Rampart. Let's just grab all this stuff. I know it's all what I need. Is that a... Yeah, it's post. Yep, that's it. Whoop. And I fell out of an open window. Hello. Okay, I'll go around the long way then. Let's see. So, next episode we're going to be focusing on building the storage room. And you know what? Actually, I just thought of something. I want the storage room to be in here. And since it's going to be covering all the walls, why do I need windows? Because they're just going to get covered up with metal lockers. So let's quickly salvage these and put them elsewhere. Just put in some pine walls. Let's see. I'm gonna take this out. Nah, I was thinking about putting a doorway there to try and connect it with the other building down over there where I'm gonna build it, but nah, it's just not quite what I'm going for. It'll be connected eventually in another way anyway. So as you can see, these plots are absolutely huge, which is great because that allows me to plant and maintain a lot of food here, which I'm going to need. Let's see, I planted this one a little too far in. Let's oh dear. Yep. Oh crud. Yeah, I've got to hurry. I'm slowly thirsting to death because I didn't have enough food on me. Of course, this is the sort of thing I would do, isn't it? And all my lettuce and everything else is on the Ural all the way down there. So I'm going to hop into this. It's a car that I just found in the city and have been using as just a way to hop around real quick because I don't want to risk blowing the Ural up by ramming it into something if I don't have to. This is just for jetting around the city and also a test car for the garage just to check that it can fit. And if it can't, well, we'll have to rethink the entire thing. So let's see. Food chest. What do you... Oh, dear. I hear... Yep. Oh, boy. Yeah, I am really... If I survive this, it'll be a miracle. There, let's take this. Gives you hydration. Whew. I thought I'd almost had it there for a second. Well, who knows? No, not who knows. I nearly did. If that zombie had gotten 1 or 2 more hits on me, it would have been all over. Let's have some lettuce. And let's make myself... Let's see, do I have any metal? Sadly, I might have used most of my metal, if not all of it, on the base. Here's 1 bit. Let's see, anything else? Please, I just need 1 more to make a splint. Let's see, anything I can salvage? Yes! I definitely don't need this hammer. I don't think it even does anything useful in the game except acts as a melee weapon. Okay. All fixed up. And let's grab some more food real quick before we head on back. We need to get the plots planted pretty quick. Let's eat 1 lettuce, take 2 with us. Replant it real quick so we have more food. And let's see. Now I'll wait to kind of introduce the rest of the plants that I'll be planting in the plots a little later. But how's my inventory? Pretty full, but let's grab some of these water reserves. As you can see, I made an awful lot of them. It's another place where the metal went besides just the metal structures. Let's see. A bunch more. Got enough space for a couple more of them. I hate having those things in my face. They make it so hard to see anything. Let's see, do I have room for this? Yeah, I do. Let's see, I'll just move that there, that there. Yep. Sorry again for sniffling so much. Really wish I was in better to do this, but what are you going to do? Whew. So, I'm not going to really do much more on the underwater aspect of my base because I haven't found a diving tank yet that would allow me to make an oxygenator so I could actually spend large amounts of time underwater. When I do, I believe I'm going to make the gun locker underwater at some point, just for fun. Woo. And let's not drive into the lake. That wouldn't be good for anyone. Oh, am I stuck? No. There we go. Okay. Well, let's get back at it. It's getting nighttime. Let's turn on the NVGs and let's see how it looks. Not the most stylish, but it could certainly be way worse. Let's see. Let's put this right here. And right here. Let's try to get some of the lower windows filled. Looks like that's all we have. Okay. So, this part of the building is probably going to be tied to the garage. Then I kind of want to have almost like a slightly tower-esque building right here. Just a 4x4 that's going to go straight. It's one of the frustrating things about building in this game as opposed to, say, Minecraft. It's a lot harder to kind of get a perfectly straight build going. So, you know what? I'm going to leave it 2x2. I'll put one of those pine holes, like... do I have one on me to show you? No, I don't. But like the ones I have the ladder in to get to the roof in there. And that's mainly just going to kind of act as a platform that will one day lead to a helicopter pad. It's another plan I've got. So, let's just quickly go over this. This is going to be the base for a helicopter pad. This is going to contain most of my storage and farms. Down out there is going to be some weapons storage. And that right there is probably going to be part of the garage. I kind of want to have some of my storage rooms stretched out all the way through the building. Just because it'll make me walk all the way around it. Sorry, I'm burping all over the place today. But yeah, I want to spread out my storage rooms throughout the base. Obviously my main one that houses most everything will be, I believe, 2 floors down. But my ammunition and guns and stuff will be out there. The cars will be over there. And the medical wing I'll probably put somewhere else too. I want to make it so that it forces me to walk through my base all the time, just so that I can fully appreciate the thing I built, you know? Okay, let's put down this reserve. I'm not sure, again, if these barrels actually collect rainwater in hard mode. I hope they do, but it's rained quite a bit, and they still haven't become full. So if they don't in hard mode, I might actually turn that so that they do, just so that I can use these. And I've been thinking that around the episode 20 mark, I might make some semi-drastic changes to kind of the coding in this. I place these too close to the edge, that's why I'm moving them. I might turn the zombies' armor and health down to what they would be in normal mode. In hard mode, they have more health and more armor, so they're harder to kill. But I would definitely keep it so they can't be stunned. Just to kind of, you know, make it a little bit easier almost, but at the same time keep it challenging. Let's see, where's the post? Here we go. Not sure how many of these I made. I doubt I made enough. I know I've said this twice already this episode, but it has really surprised me just how fast all these supplies are going, because it took me... Oh wow, that's all we had. Unbelievable. I was sure I had way more than that. Well, looks like I'm definitely going to need to do at least 2 more hours of off-camera work in order to get everything ready. Yeah, look at that. Well, nothing to do, nothing to do. Let's see, I'm going to temporarily place my cot down right around here. There we go. Okay. Yep, storage room. Not sure what this is going to be. I might make this the medical wing. No, I still have 1 water barrel left. Wait, do I have some in here? I thought for sure I had. Oh no, I already placed those. Again, most of the furniture placing will take place next episode, but I want to get this out of the chest real quick. You know, metal bookshelf to store my skill points once I've recovered from losing all of mine in deaths. Let's see, we got 44. Is there anything we can upgrade that we need? Flinching and pain effects? No. Warm-blooded? No. Fishing? Yeah, I don't really... Mechanic. That'll be good to have. Okay, I think I've done all I can in here. Let's just quickly do a run-through of my remaining building supplies. Yep, that's for the room. That's for the room. That's not. That's not. Yep, that's all for the storage room and furniture stuff. What's this? Pine log. Ah, we've got another pine post. Yep. I'm just looking through these to see if there's any more stuff that pertains to what we're doing this episode. So I'm literally just going to build until I run out of stuff. Oh yeah, these triangles. These are going to be actually, I think, a little tricky to place and get to look good. So, oh, look at that. Wait a minute. Rampart. Oh man, post, rampart. Yeah, I actually had quite a bit of building stuff left. Isn't that the way it goes? And I know this episode is definitely going to be longer than what most of my other ones, if not all of them, are going to be. So I might have to cut out parts or speed up parts of what I'm doing here. So just be aware of that if the video seems to be flowing a little oddly. Okay. I need to focus. Oh yeah, that's why that can't be there. So this is where the garage comes in. So I believe, oh dear, I dropped that too. Let's just pop you in there. Okay, I want this to come through here, and eventually neither of these floors are going to be here, and there's just going to be like a rampart kind of itching through or dividing this spot off. And this is going to be completely open, and then here there's going to be a ramp, and it's going to go directly out and into there. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work exactly. Hello? Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty close, actually. Yeah, but still, I don't think quite close enough. Yep, missing pillars. Okay, you know what? I'm going to cut here, and I'm going to work the garage out, and I'll be back once I've gotten that accomplished. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As promised, I've gotten the garage sorted out. So, let's go take a look at it. I've got metal double doors right here. If you open them up, got a pine ramp coming straight up here. Right here, I've kind of got ramps, or no, not ramps, excuse me, ramparts, easy mistake to make, and a wall right here to kind of separate the driving area from the living area. Then you come on in here, and as you can see, the house stops right here. And here on out is the garage. So we've got room here for easily 6 vehicles. They're big like the tank, so like from here on back would be tank storage, so we could even fit 2 or maybe even 3 of the big tanks in here with no problems whatsoever. So let's quickly run out here and close the door, and as you can see, it's actually looking quite nice. You know, I want to get some glass in these windows and maybe put some bars on these instead of the shutter. It'll look better. And if you're wondering what these tank traps are here for, vehicle barricades if you don't know, they're just there for looks. Now this one right here is there on this side of the driveway just to make sure that I can't pull out over that and go into the lake, which would be very bad. It's the same reason why I've got these sandbags here. If this were a PvP server, I could kind of crouch behind them, but even then I would... Never mind. I was getting caught up talking about PvP. Now, before we end off, there's one thing we have to do. I've gathered up everything I need to transform my Toxicity Soldier Alice, you know, to say misspelled it up here, into the Toxicity Mercenary Alice, which will give us more space. So as you can see, 2 standard coin stacks, 3 bolts of cloth, each bolt is 10 cloth, 5 wire, 5 tape, and a sewing kit. Look at that. Let's see how big it is. Fairly big. Let's take a look in third person. Oh yeah. I'll be able to fit a lot of stuff in here. Okay, that's really cool. And this is the last sort of easy to gather up the stuff for it Alice pack. After this, well, I don't have any of the ingredients on me, but the recipes become much harder and require a lot more scavenging. So once we're finished with this Let's Play, I'll actually spawn the Mercenary Alice into the next world, and we'll use that, and we will be carrying it through with us for every single Let's Play we ever do, simply because, especially the very high upgraded versions of these, take lots and lots of play time to complete. So, and by lots and lots of playtime, I mean it could take 3 40-episode seasons to get there. So yeah, a very long time. So, the growing of the Alice pack will definitely be part of our journey. But I've come to an end for recording time for this episode, and I've actually got to go and edit this now and get it ready for upload on Monday. So, until next time, thank you guys very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe down below. And by the way, I've noticed the audio desync issues with some of my latest videos. I'm going to try to fix it on this one. So, With that note, see you next time.